Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Have you ever been in a conversation where a seemingly innocent comment left you feeling slightly off balance? You weren't insulted, not really, but you suddenly felt a strong, almost urgent need to prove yourself to the person you were talking to. That feeling, that subtle shift in power and desire, is not an accident. It is a carefully engineered moment, designed to capture your attention and make you chase validation. It's a language spoken not in overt compliments, sweet words, but in the shadows of social interaction. This is where true magnetic attraction is often born, far from the predictable and often boring world of flattery. This hidden language operates on a principle that many people find counterintuitive. We are often taught that kindness, praise, unwavering positivity are the keys to winning someone over. But think about it for a second. How many times has someone showered you with compliments, only for you to feel a sense of mild boredom or even suspicion? It's too easy. It lacks challenge. True fascination arises from a more complex dance of push and pull. It is sparked by a person who doesn't just give you their approval freely, but makes you feel like you have to earn it. This creates a psychological tension, an itch that you feel compelled to scratch. This dynamic is not about being cruel, manipulative, for the sake of it. Instead, it is about understanding the deeper currents of human psychology. We are wired to seek validation, especially from individuals we perceive as having high value or confidence. When someone subtly challenges our self-perception, they are not necessarily attacking us. They are inviting us into a game where the prize is their approval. By not laying all their cards on the table, they become a puzzle to be solved, a mystery to be unraveled. This intrigue keeps them on your mind long after the conversation has ended. In this video, we will delve into the art, science, and psychology of this powerful technique. We are going to explore a specific tool that, when used correctly, can transform you from just another admirer into an object of fascination. We will peel back the layers of this dark art, revealing why it works so effectively on the human mind. You will learn how to wield this power, not to cause harm, but to create a spark of irresistible curiosity. Forget everything you thought you knew about charm. We are about to enter a world where the most potent form of attraction isn't about what you give, but what you subtly hold back. Chapter 1. Defining the dark gift. So, what is this powerful, almost magical tool? It's a technique known as negging. The term itself might sound negative, but its application is a masterclass in subtlety and psychological finesse. Negging is the art of the backhanded compliment, the playful jab, the slight disqualifier that interrupts someone's usual pattern of receiving praise. It's not a direct insult meant to wound someone's ego. Rather, it's a carefully calibrated remark designed to momentarily lower a person's defenses, making them question your perception of them, and in turn, work a little harder to win you over. It's the difference between saying, "You're beautiful," and "You're cute." Not my usual type, but definitely interesting. Think of it this way: conventional compliments are predictable. They place the other person on a pedestal and you in the position of an admirer looking up. This creates a power imbalance, but not in your favor. Negging flips that script entirely. It positions you as the discerning individual, the one who is not easily impressed. You are not just another fan, you are the judge. This simple shift in framing creates a powerful psychological effect. The target of the neg, often someone who is used to constant validation, is suddenly faced with a person who isn't playing by the usual rules. This makes you instantly more intriguing than anyone else in the room. The core principle behind negging is the creation of a validation gap. Humans have an innate desire to feel good about themselves and to be seen in a positive light by others. A neg introduces a small, almost imperceptible crack in their self-assuredness. It plants a seed of doubt. Do they like me? Am I impressive enough? Their mind instinctively seeks to close this gap by gaining your unambiguous approval. This is not about crushing their spirit. It's about making your approval a coveted prize. You become the source of the validation they suddenly crave, which is a potent foundation for building deep attraction. One of the most crucial lessons in mastering this dark art is understanding the clear and non-negotiable line between negging and outright insulting. This is where many aspiring practitioners fail, turning a potentially magnetic interaction into a toxic and off-putting one. A true neg is playful, lighthearted, and delivered with a charming confidence that signals you are not trying to cause genuine harm. Its purpose is to create a spark of intrigue, not to extinguish someone's confidence. An insult, on the other hand, is born from a place of malice, insecurity, or simple social ineptitude. It is designed to hurt, humiliate, or belittle the other person, and it will always backfire. Conversely, a statement like, "You'd be pretty if you lost weight," is not a neg. It is a direct, painful insult. It offers no room for playful interpretation and only serves to make the person feel inadequate. The difference also lies in the subject matter. Effective negs target superficial or circumstantial attributes, not deeply personal insecurities. Crossing this line doesn't make you look high value. It makes you look cruel and insecure. A person with true confidence doesn't need to punch down to feel powerful. They use subtlety and wit to create attraction, not blunt force trauma to the ego. Ultimately, the test is simple. A good neg should leave the person feeling slightly challenged but still intrigued and even a little flattered. It should make them want to engage more, to tease back, to win your full approval. It opens the door for more interaction. An insult does the opposite. It makes the person feel bad about themselves and, by extension, bad about being around you. It shuts down the conversation and makes them want to escape your presence. If your words leave someone feeling worse about themselves instead of curious about your opinion of them, you haven't negged them. You've just been rude, and you've lost the game before it even began. Chapter 2. The Psychology of Attraction. At its most sophisticated level, negging is not about creating conflict, but about creating contrast. This is a subtle but vital distinction. Conflict is adversarial. It implies a winner and a loser. It pushes people away. Contrast is being different from the norm, that highlights your unique value and makes you stand out. When used correctly, a neg isn't starting a fight. It's setting you apart from predictable admirers who give generic, unthinking praise. You become a point of contrast, an interesting anomaly that demands attention and analysis. Think about the typical social script. Person A sees person B. Person A finds them attractive, then showers them with compliments. Person B, especially if sought after, has heard it all before. The interaction is pleasant but forgettable. A neg breaks the script. It creates cognitive dissonance. Example: someone tells a long, elaborate story to impress you. Instead of, "Wow, that's amazing," say, "You're a pretty good storyteller. A little dramatic for my taste, but you definitely held my attention." That shows you're an active, discerning listener, not a passive audience member. To understand why negging can be so incredibly effective, we must first journey deep into the core of human psychology and acknowledge a fundamental, universal driver of our behavior: the profound and relentless craving for validation. From our earliest moments, we are wired to seek approval from those around us. As children, from our parents. As students, from our teachers. As adults, from our peers, partners, and even strangers. This desire to be seen, to be accepted, to be valued, is not a weakness. It is an intrinsic part of our social DNA. This inherent need for validation makes us highly sensitive to the opinions of others, especially those we perceive as being confident, attractive, or holding a high social status. When someone we admire gives us their approval, our brains reward us with a hit of dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation. This feels good, and we are naturally programmed to seek more of it. Imagine a person's self-esteem as a full container of water. When they walk into a room, feeling confident and self-assured, that container is full. Most people will try to add more with compliments. A neg, however, is like poking a tiny, almost imperceptible hole in the bottom of that container. It doesn't empty it, but it creates a small, steady leak. A gap between how they feel about themselves and how they think you perceive them. This gap is psychologically uncomfortable. The human brain is a problem-solving machine. It abhors incompleteness and imbalance. It flags the gap as a problem that needs to be fixed. Did they mean that as a slight? Am I not as interesting as I thought? This internal monologue is the itch that negging creates. It is a state of mild psychological tension that demands resolution. And because you are the one who created the gap, you are also the only one who holds the key to closing it. The person's natural instinct is to restore their sense of equilibrium by seeking reassurance and proving their value to you. This is where the chase begins. The final psychological layer that makes negging so potent is the principle of cognitive dissonance. This is the mental discomfort when someone holds two contradictory beliefs at once. On one hand, they believe they are attractive, desirable, interesting. On the other hand, you give a backhanded compliment that challenges that belief. Now their brain faces two ideas. I am impressive. And this confident, high-value person is not impressed. That clash creates mental unease, and the brain wants to fix it. They have two options. Option 1, dismiss you as irrelevant. If you delivered the neg with charm and a playful smile, dismissing you is hard. You don't seem rude or low value. Option 2, change their behavior or attitude to match your view. They try to prove you wrong, to show how interesting or worthy they are. In doing so, they start investing in you. The more effort they put in, the more they value your approval. This is the effort justification principle. Make your validation a prize to be won, and you grow more valuable to them. Cognitive dissonance turns you into a puzzle. Predictable people are easy to forget. Someone who mixes praise and playful challenge, who's charming but not easily won, becomes fascinating. Those questions keep you on their mind, turning a brief encounter into something memorable. You become the intriguing enigma they can't stop thinking about. Chapter 3. The negging arsenal. Types of negging, and when to use each. There are three main forms of negging, each useful in different contexts. 1. Playful contrast neg. Light, teasing remarks that show you're not easily impressed. You're surprisingly witty for someone who looks so sweet. I didn't expect someone in heels to keep up with me. Best used in early interactions to spark intrigue. 1. Status shift neg. Subtle statements that frame you as the prize. I like confident girls. You're almost there. I could see you as girlfriend material, with some training. Ideal for flipping the dynamic and positioning yourself as high value. 1. Qualification neg. A slight challenge that makes them prove themselves. You're fun, but I'm still figuring out if you're actually interesting. You're cute, but are you trouble? Perfect for mid-conversation when attraction is growing but not yet solidified. Chapter 4. Negging in the wild. Examples in real conversations. Let's look at how negging plays out naturally in conversation. Scenario 1. At a bar. I get a lot of compliments on my smile. I can see why. It's slightly mischievous. Probably gets you out of trouble a lot. She feels flattered and slightly judged. Now she wants to prove there's more to her than a mischievous smile. Scenario 2. On a date. I'm really into fitness. I can tell, though I expected someone into fitness to order something healthier. A light jab. She'll either explain herself, qualifying, or tease him back. Both deepen the connection. Chapter 5. The art of control. The line you should never cross. Here's the dark truth. Negging is powerful, but dangerous when overused. If it comes off as mean, disrespectful, or rooted in insecurity, it backfires instantly. The golden rule? Playful, not painful. Flirtatious, not humiliating. Strategic, not constant. If your words make her feel worse about herself instead of curious about your opinion, you've gone too far. Example of crossing the line. You'd be pretty if you lost weight. That's not a neg. That's just rude. Why negging works better than compliments. Compliments are predictable. They're expected. They don't create tension. Negging, on the other hand, creates a spark. A small emotional itch that the other person wants to scratch. When you give a compliment with a twist, you become mysterious. You're not like everyone else desperately seeking approval. You're the one they want approval from. Example, instead of saying, "You're beautiful," try, "You're dangerous." That smile probably ruins lives. Now you're not validating her beauty directly. You're framing it in a way that makes her curious about your view. Chapter 7. The advanced cocktail. Combining negging with other attraction triggers. Negging alone is powerful, but combined with other psychological tools, it becomes unstoppable. Scarcity. Pair a neg with limited availability. You're fun. I'd hang out again, if my schedule ever allows. Mystery. Keep her guessing. You're cute, but I can't decide if you're my type yet. Playful challenge. Invite her to prove herself. You seem confident. Let's see if it's real. This blend creates a cocktail of curiosity, competition, and desire. Chapter 8. The final rule: power with responsibility. Negging is a dark gift, a tool that can make you unforgettable or make you toxic. The difference is intent. Use it not to belittle, but to intrigue. Not to control, but to challenge. Not to hurt, but to hook. When done with charm and confidence, negging doesn't push people away, it pulls them closer. Negging is like fire, dangerous, but powerful when mastered. Used with precision, it can turn a conversation from forgettable to unforgettable, from polite to magnetic. The key is subtlety, playfulness, and control. Because in the end, attraction isn't built on compliments, it's built on curiosity. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to Dark Love Psychology for more insights and tips to help you succeed. Thanks for watching until the end. See you in the next video.